Onlybands podcast.
All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. I would love to welcome Zac and Archie to the podcast.
Yeah, g'day. How you going?
So what's been happening with you guys lately?
Well,
Sweet fuck all over Christmas, to be honest.
drinking a lot of beers, eating a lot of food.
I suppose what I want to ask is what sort of projects have you guys been working on lately?
So Archie and I we've worked together on and off for years, but we're going to be launching a new project together called Wasted Vacation, which has been pretty cool. So we've been getting to work together again after 5 years since the last time we got to work together. Yeah.
Oh wow, half a decade ago.
But that's been really fun. And then me used as always fucking playing acoustic gigs and that sort of shit. Yeah.
We've just been focusing on writing mainly at this point, sort of thing, just getting that repertoire up, getting that set list ready to go.
Yeah. So what's the name of your new project? Sort of the genre around it.
Well, Wasted Vacation. We take it in lots of ways, but we like the name. We only thought of it about a week ago. So.
It's pretty good.
Working together for months and it's the hardest thing to come up with a band name because all the good ones are taken and even the bad ones are taken. So you have to really fucking work down the list, you know what I mean? That's a bit of a laugh.
We dived down the old name generator thing for a bit.
Yeah, that's right. We're all on the piss messaging each other, generating random names.
So I think a question I've always wanted to ask the both of you, right, is for those of you who are unaware, Zac and Archie are easily some of the best guitarists I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've always wanted to ask the both of you, how did you guys? I know at least Zac was you were into playing music at a very young age. How did you both sort of start in music and what made you gravitate toward your instruments basically?
Yeah.
Can you play any other instruments as well?
Yeah, you go first, man. Mine's gonna take a minute.
I was 15 and I learned to play Waltz and Matilda on 2 strings, and I was pretty stoked with that.
Started watching porn and wanted to impress girls.
That's it. Learned a whole bunch of Metallica when I was young. I played like crap for about 5-6 years, and then I met Zac, and we met up and turned into Tiny Devised. And from there, the rest is history. It's just been a bunch of big stuff.
Tell us more about your guys' history together.
Well, let's let.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. That's all right. I started out because it's funny. I had my brother and I both went halves on this beat up fucking acoustic that we got from Kmart or something. And it sort of fucked around for a while. But the way that I really learned was from my stepdad and playing with my brother, because my stepdad is a pretty fucking smooth customer. He would write songs for my mum and that kind of thing all the time. He just liked doing it, and he's an incredible voice, great guitar player. Learned fucking shitloads from him. But that meant that the idea of writing music and learning music was always interlinked. It was if you could play, then you would write, because that was what he did, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So then me and my brother played together for fucking years and years. So we did that for years and that sort of thing. And and then sort of same sort of thing, rest is history. I started out playing in church bands and stuff for a while.
Yeah, Violent Psycho did that. That's how they all met.
Oath, yeah, you know what I mean? A lot of people do it, and it's a great way to get on stage, get experience, and learn when you're younger. And then after that, started putting my own projects together and that fucking sort of thing. Yeah.
But going back to Jed's question, how did you meet? What's your history together? I guess
we met at a mate's 21st party, and then we fucked off his girlfriend. Was your girlfriend even there that night?
Yeah,
I think she was.
We just bailed.
We ignored everybody. We sat out the front of his house, just fucking swigging fucking whiskey and shit, and we're just we're gonna be fucking rock stars. We're gonna take over the world. Met this guy 5 minutes ago. Moved in with him, and a couple of months later, and fucking
And by then I knew no theory, nothing. I could play an E chord, but I didn't even know it was an E chord.
Yeah. You could play. You had chops. You just didn't know what it was that.
If there wasn't a tab there, I was fucked. But we bloody plotted our dominion over the world that night.
Yep. And then lit a fire under each other's ass to both keep getting better for the next little while too. Because when you live together and you're both guitar players, it's not
Friendly competition.
Yeah, totally. And because we both of us play lead and rhythm, like I think, personal opinion, if you can't play fucking good rhythm, you have no business playing lead in the first place. Like, because rhythm is the most important thing. But because we could both do both, it was the first time I'd been hanging out with somebody who I could like weave with. But by the time we left that house, both of us were way better guitar players.
Well, I put myself through like a band boot camp, I called it. Took 2 months off work and just focused every day on learning scales, learning covers, learning originals, and just going hard. So on my PlayStation, so on my TV, just try to focus on music pretty much, you know, just for tunnel vision on that.
How much were you playing a day? 8, 12 hours?
Oh, you were doing at least 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
sometimes it'd get crazy. If we had a little bit of fucking acid or something, you would play for like 12 hours.
There's nothing worse than a learning bass player. Guitar's fine, but bass, man, I find that like it's just it goes throughout the whole house.
Yeah, because it's basically just I was learning the bass line to Is It True. Aside from the bridge, it's the same bass line the entire time. I'll still fuck it up 2 times out of 5, despite the fact it's one of the most simplest fucking bass lines.
Sometimes it's harder to play easy stuff.
Yeah.
I do record a cover of Pretty Woman for like a women's health clinic. They wanted to use it for like a fucking like ad or something like that. Pretty Woman in your fucking head doesn't sound like a difficult riff, you know what I mean? But then you see that fucking red light go off and you get gun shy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It compared to some of the fucking solos and stuff that it was like, why am I struggling with this? Like, it was enraging, and it's the simplest fucking thing.
Yeah.
But
It's the unable to focus when you're under pressure.
Yeah, and also the repetition of it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to. Yeah, you get bored and sort of. I don't know what it is.
Focus dissipates.
To me, the trick's always been like to put the guitar down for even just 10 seconds, then pick it up again and get the muscles going again, because you kind of get like locked into like your mistakes, so you need that distance.
100%. You'd be better off with lots of smaller rehearsals than one big one. Fucking up, getting pissed off at yourself, and then you're playing shit for 2 hours, and you haven't really practiced for 2 hours, but you're just playing crap.
You're just getting better at being bad.
Exactly, yeah, and that you got to play the right stuff, and that's what I did in the band boot camp thing. You just got to practice the right stuff, and then you can go from there. Sort of.
What about teachers? Did you guys like actually go through, find a teacher, or did you mainly learn from other people that you
how
were
much
friends
like
with?
formal sort of like training do you guys have?
Lick Library, it's a website.
Fuck yeah.
I know, I hate to plug stuff, but it's just this UK-based website, and they got a whole bunch of professional teachers. And what really separated for me was trying to learn off YouTube.
Marty Schwartz.
It's like 5 minutes of good content, and then the last 5 minutes of the video, they just skip over everything and try and suck you into their Patreon or into a subscription. Whereas this was just pay $50, get a CD sent to your house. It teaches you the pentatonic, the diatonic, note for note, everything you need to know. And the dude that was a lesson for that was he got taught by Joe Satriani.
Cool.
So he was a very legitimate teacher, and that taught me literally everything I know about professional guitar. That one CD from
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the one that you used to watch at the old house?
I've been spruiking it for years.
Yeah, it's great. It's just a gold mine, is it?
I'll have to have a
See, I
sus.
Start burning copies.
Well, they're all online now. You can stream them.
True.
This is going back like 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, so a question, I guess, more directed towards Zac. Like, how is the songwriting process like different, you know, from being in a band towards your solo stuff? Like, what's, I guess, different about it, or has there not been that much of a difference?
It's not that different, like, because I still don't mind, like, collaborating with people and that sort of thing. So, like, Brody was working on some solo material as well, and he and I still get together.
Oh, yeah, you showed me the demo for this.
Yeah, it's fucking wicked, eh?
Yeah.
He's a good songwriter. I'm very proud of him. But, like, it's not really that different because, like, with every band that I've been in, I alternate between working with people and stuff. But because I write lyrics and fucking have been the singer in most of the bands that I've been in for the last little while, I will just fucking write the song and at least get a skeleton, you know, chords, a first verse and a chorus. If you've got that, you can fucking take it to the boys and then it like really comes to life. Or you can go the other avenue and like get really into it and plan out all the parts and stuff. but I don't really like doing that very much.
Yeah.
I like, even for like stuff I'm doing myself, I prefer to like at least bounce it off somebody and jam it out. You know what I mean?
All right, so we're going to jump into a quick game now. We're going to play categories. Name's work in progress. So, all right, so basically we have a pile of cards with band name. Oh, sorry, not band names. Genres. What else we got?
Objects, like
Objects,
Okay, so-
dildo brands, all that kind of crazy shit. You know?
Okay, so we have musical genres, we have artists,
Instruments.
we have instruments, and we have festivals.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna team up. So it's gonna be me, Jed, and Zach, and it's gonna be Archie and Quinton, and Joseph is just gonna chill and watch us and have some fun.
He can be the judge.
I'll just judge you all.
Yeah, I
It's
can
gotta
feel
be
that.
fun.
I can feel the simmer coming from that corner of the room.
I'll officiate it.
How we're gonna do this
I have
one?
favorites.
So how we're gonna do this one is we're gonna go around and take it in turns. So it's gonna be, we're taking in turns picking up a card, and whatever the card is on the card, we have to try and describe to our teammate what's on the card without saying what's on the card.
I'm gonna suck so badly.
If it's a band, we can't name songs, and if it's a genre, we can't name bands or songs. We have to try
If
and
it's a band, you also can't mention their genre.
exactly. So we need to try and describe what's on the card without mentioning what's on the card. So use any descriptive words you can. You can use body language, but try to describe as you use your body language what you're doing. So we'll start with that. So first off, we'll start with Archie and we'll go clockwise. So
So Archie describing to Quinton.
to Quinton, yeah.
All right.
And,
All right, so it's this thing that lots of people go to, right? It's usually down New South Wales.
Splendor in the Grass,
Not quite, but very, very similar.
Falls Festival.
Keep going. All right, so like you got streets, and then in between the streets, you got almost.
Laneway.
there you go.
Damn, that was good. That was. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
But my question is, how long do they have to
Les, I'm scared.
answer?
We haven't quite worked that out yet.
Wow.
That's the point of this, where we're trying to work that out. Do we set a time
Alright, so
limit, or do we just have fun?
Nah, just play it through.
Yeah.
That
Play
gives
it
me and Archie a point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now I
Oh,
think.
wait, where is it? Did you put it? Okay. Okay.
Keep it if you get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and we're going.
So-
Maybe you get 5 attempts.
We might do it. See, this would have been better if you guys were switching.
We'll do it counterclockwise.
You guys
That's
want
right.
to switch seats?
Not really. Yeah, all right.
It's not going to affect the I'm
taking my beer with
So
me.
now, Zach, you go describe to me, and then it'll go Quinton back that way.
All right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's fucking do this. All right.
Oh, this seat's more comfortable.
I'm aware. Oh fuck! All right. It's a. Oh, I don't know if I'm cheating. It's a brass instrument.
Okay.
Metal. Coltrane used it a lot. Fuck me. I don't. You don't know who Coltrane is, do you? Listen to some fucking jazz, man. Hold up. Can I say like of characters that have used it in like movies and stuff?
yeah,
Lisa Simpson plays it.
Oh, saxophone.
There we go.
Alright,
Brilliant. Alright.
1 for 1 so
Go.
far.
All right, so
I'll allow
that
it.
would then be
Yeah,
your
maybe,
turn.
yeah,
All right.
my turn.
I think you shouldn't, with the instruments, mention it's an instrument. I think that's the challenge.
Oh,
No, that's right. This is why we're trying to work out the kinks.
okay,
So
all
we're
right,
just-
I like it. That's
Yeah.
right. We'll be your little
If it's too
guinea pigs.
easy, we need to make it harder. If it's too hard, we're going to make it easier. You know what I mean?
I love a good kink.
I hope
Alright, Archie. Okay, so it's a festival. Jed has worked it multiple times. It involves
Big day out.
no, it involves some sort of
Big sound.
a creature that jumps around. And they're invasive in Australia.
Kangaroo something.
No, you shoot them. Why am I helping you?
I was just coming up with I've got the perfect fact for it.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
it's
oh.
usually held in the middle of the bush.
Oh, rabbit seed lettuce.
Yeah. I was going to say they're illegal in Queensland as pets.
Yeah.
All right, another point for us.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Alright.
Sky.
Alright. So usually in a small timber ball and you shake them and they sound really cool.
Maracas.
There we go.
Get bonus points for how quick that was.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, all right.
Well, it was either that or egg shakers, and I thought that was a little easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can mention the category for these.
Okay.
Were you around back in the day when he was in Tiny Devised?
Yes.
All right. Shit. Backyard party, backyard gig.
Banter in the garage.
Eden's Hill.
Holy shit, you knew about that? Oh yeah, you were there. Yeah.
Wait, what?
You'd almost say it was like
What was I there for?
it was one of the earlier times I played, like maybe the one.
Is this Terrorfest?
No. Oh, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was Terry Fest.
No,
I don't think we're going to get this one.
no, I don't think so either.
First gig. I don't know how we explain that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck did you know about Terry Fest? Like, and then I was like, he must have been there. Like,
That's a good one. I think that's quite a good one.
Yeah, so we've got two so far. These are
Yeah, so we've got 2. You guys have 2.
all right. Oh, fuck you. You would think I would be better at this. I have made a career off it.
Music?
Think more specifically.
Guitar?
There you go. Yeah.
Alright, so use the 3 and we're for 2.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, your turn, Arch.
No, it's going this way, isn't it? He just went. It's your turn.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
you're up,
my
though.
turn. Alright, shit.
We changed chairs for a reason.
Yeah, come on, man.
Oh yeah, so this is a genre of music. I fucking love it to death. Real simple, real stripped down.
Penis?
Punk.
Yep, there we go.
That was a piece of piss.
No, I'm just real good, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're even again.
Got the big brain on bread.
All right, Zach.
Yeah.
Look at me in the eyes for a second.
Okay. Are we gonna kiss?
Maybe. I know you're gonna get this. All right.
Tongue through that way.
That felt more like an attack.
The band wasn't called Whisky Grinn for nothing.
Alright.
It's made from it used to be made from elephant tusks. You can do a lot of linear
Piano.
playing. Boom.
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
Oh yeah, we're even.
I would have said ivory nut on the end of the guitar.
Nah, that's way too specific.
Yeah, no, they don't do that. They haven't done
wait,
that in
no, we've already
ages.
used
so
those.
you're-
Oh, right.
You know what would be a tough card? Tuning peg. You turn it.
Those two were your winning ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Yeah, that's
it's
yours as well.
something that a band does, and they have to go
Okay, but
into
yeah,
a
this
little
one hasn't
room
been
to
used.
do it, and
Drugs.
and
Masturbate.
and there's
You can do that in not a room.
And
Recording?
recording what? What are you recording?
An album?
Think smaller.
Single?
What are those things consist? What does an album consist of?
Music. I can't think.
What do you do? So yeah, you were right with recording.
Track?
You've said every word, but what the thing is? What is it?
Song?
Yes!
Really? That's a card?
Yeah, recording a song.
I wrote these 2 days ago.
Oh, fuck, dude. We got there. Good job. Good.
Go team.
Yeah,
All right.
no, but I think that'll
Team
be the
Jack.
limit. I reckon.
Yeah. So we'll have to.
I've dubbed us Team Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Team Jack, baby.
Shout out,
I
Jack.
know,
Shout out to Jack.
Yeah, because I described punk last time, so.
Alright, so we started with you, and then you've just gone. So we'll do another round and one after that, and then we'll tally up.
All right.
Alright. So no, it's Quinton's go because you went.
No, because I described punk to him. No, it's his go now.
It's going this way.
What? Oh, so we're gonna.
Beers are kicking in.
So we're not.
Have you been keeping track of this?
Alright, so we're.
I've been keeping track.
Whose go is it?
Chris's.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right, cool. All right, whatever works.
All right.
This is more of a visual thing, so you're gonna have to use your imaginations with this one.
He's
Bongos. Bongos. All right. Yeah. Well, that's one for us.
He's slapping booties.
Yeah. He's playing the bongos. Yeah. What was it?
Bongos.
I would have said like a horse, like he's trotting.
It's like out of what's got the Life of Brian, the Monty Python one.
Yeah.
Where he's got the
Yeah.
No
they
one
don't have
used that
horses,
in
they
music
just
for a
pretend
long
they're
time.
galloping, and their slaves
that's
behind them just clapping coconuts.
Yeah. What are they?
I don't know. Yeah.
Coconut?
Yeah, it's
And you like smack them.
You know what? Just for that, I'm putting coconuts in my next single. I'm gonna find a way to fucking get them in there.
Are you gonna call the song Coconut?
I've got a lovely pair of coconuts.
or just cocaine nuts.
Okay.
Nuts.
So it's Jed's turn.
All right.
Yed. Just gonna call Jed.
All right. Okay. So, this is usually a good way to get a party started.
Cocaine.
No,
We've already had that.
Yeah. Kind of similar. Definitely tickles your serotonin.
MDMA.
Yes.
Yeah. Why am I getting all the drug ones?
It's time to stop, Zach.
All right.
Stop listening to people that say no.
Okay, yeah.
Can't respect them.
All right.
Like that. Oh my god. No, I didn't think about that. Oh my god. I said don't listen to people that say no.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was how Jed's career ended.
Oh god.
Yeah, that might be cut out.
Yeah,
That's not getting cut.
All right. So this genre, I dislike it personally, but Yosef's really into it. It's from Jamaica. Reggae eventually evolved from it. And it features a lot of brass instruments.
Oh, ska! The best ever genre ever.
Yeah, right.
You get it.
Yeah, I love ska.
Like Real Big Fish. Bang.
Yeah, right.
Man, like, I want that fourth wave to happen. I really want a ska revival.
All waves of
No, there's been three waves.
We're waiting for
No, honestly,
Why
do
don't
you know
you guys start an extra project that is a ska band?
Do you know
I don't
what-
play the trumpet.
I have a trumpet.
Find someone that does.
Boys, I have a trumpet player, I have a sax player, and I'm pretty sure I have a
I'm not good at
trombone
ska
player.
bands.
I'll
I've
learn the
got an
cowbell for you.
I've got an old edit of what Odd Socks used to be. Do you know Odd Socks actually used to be a ska song?
Really?
Get the fuck
I
out.
had
We need to hear
trumpets,
this.
saxophones on the keyboard. Used to be like with the trumpets and a guitar.
Oh, you got drunk on production power.
It was 4/4. And then Taylor came along. He's like, "No, fuck this 4/4 business. It's way too hard. You
He was
can't
telling
even
us
play
last
it.
time, yeah.
Let's turn it 3/4." And then Odd Socks came. But it started off as a ska song.
Oh man, that would have been sick. I want to hear that.
Ska song.
I have this like I'm just like, it just makes you happy.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just so happy.
I'll be the side.
It's that fucking meme. It's what a 10-year-old hears in their head with the
There's
extra cheese sticks.
I genuinely believe there is so much potential for a ska band to come out and just like smash it. Because like, who's doing it? The Bennies were briefly.
Been gone, bro.
Nah. That's what they.
Ska will never die.
The real ska.
Yeah.
All right, Jet,
So, all right, that's the end of that round. Who got the most points there?
We got
Judge
1,
Yosef.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 each.
Oh, you didn't get that one.
Yeah, draw.
It's a draw.
Should we have a tiebreaker?
We've made this too easy.
Should we have a tiebreaker?
What's the tiebreaker?
Tiebreaker's 1 point.
Whoever can touch
I'm
their
gonna
toes
make
the
one up.
quickest.
No,
Standing up.
Go.
no, tiebreaker is I'm gonna describe one and you both need to try and guess it.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Alright, so
A little bit of friendly competition.
That makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. Well done, Jed.
Hang on, let me. Oops, shit. Okay.
His glasses
Let me
make
get
him seem smarter than he is now.
what else we got here?
You got to pick a good one.
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to think.
I reckon you combine the two.
No, it's gonna be too hard.
Alright.
I can see a little.
All right. Actually, do you reckon you'd be able to? How would you go by that?
Oh, do you want me to?
Yeah, go.
describe
You might
it?
be able to describe it. I reckon.
Okay, yep. So Hunter S. Thompson certainly took a lot of it. It lasted a very long time.
Acid.
Nah, we want another name.
LSD.
There
Yep.
we go.
All right, well,
Archie and Quinton win that.
yeah.
Down.
There's so many things I would have said. before
Yeah,
I got to acid.
Congratulations, you win a little bit of pride, but not much because this is the Onlybands podcast.
This is the happiest
Have a
day
sip
of
of
my
beer.
life.
Next up, we're going to play a quick game called Call My Bluff. So we're going to take it in turns, and each player is going to select a category from our pre-selected options of categories. And then they're going to tell us a story, a very, very wild story, hopefully, about said category.
Here
Now,
we go.
the story can either be a true story or a lie. but you need to sell it as a true story. Everybody else at the table then has to try and guess afterwards. You have about a minute and a half to tell your story, and then we've got to try and guess whether or not you're telling a true story or a false story. We can ask questions to try and validate the story, and you need to be quick enough to answer those questions. All right, Archie, so would you like to go first?
No.
I'll go first.
All right,
I'll go first.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Get out.
Just the way he said it was just
all
so
right, so
clean.
these are your options for your categories. All right, so you need to tell us a story about either festivals, a story about tours, something from school, a bad date, something that happened on Christmas, maybe something in an airport, something that happened to you when you were growing up, in quotation marks, hold my beer story, or sometime you were late for something.
I've got a good one. I wouldn't mind it going.
Okay, alright. Fuck, this is harder than I thought. Okay, alright, I'm gonna do a hold my beer story.
Hold my beer? Alright, let's go.
Okay, oh, there's a time limit?
Well, you got about 2 minutes.
Okay, so...
It's not dead set, but you can't go on for an hour. So.
Okay, so this one time I was at my fucking local and proceeded to, gallivant about, like get absolutely shit-faced and that kind of thing. As it reaches a certain point in the night, we are politely by security asked to leave. I wandered down into my street, or at least what I thought was my house on my street, and fell asleep in the bushes of that house, thinking, worst to worst, the old man comes out in the morning to fucking go to work and goes, Zach, what the fuck? And then I'm gonna be fucking alright, you know what I mean? So I fell asleep in that bush, wet myself, and was then woken up in the morning to find out that not only was I not at my house, I was on the wrong side of the suburb.
See, I know that's true as soon as you said you wet yourself. Because I've had to throw out 2 couches.
What suburb were you living in at the time?
Albany Creek.
Albany Creek. And what were you doing the night before or the night of?
The night of, I'm at the AC Tab.
At the AC Tab?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess it's going to be true.
I'm going to say it's true.
Is that true?
You guys have no faith in me whatsoever.
Is it true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Quinton, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So your categories are festivals, tours, school, bad dates, Christmas, airports, growing up, hold my beer, or being late for something.
I'll go school.
All right, let's go.
All right, so one time I saw one of my classmates run up on this embankment, right, and pull his pants down and fucking piss right over the side. So we'll call him Zeke, right? So Zeke was like the weird.
We all know a Zeke.
Yeah, so Zeke was Zeke was like the fucking Zeke was like the fucking weird kid of the grade, right? Like everyone fucking hated him. He just made.
We all know that guy.
He was he picked his nose. He had grimy fucking face. He made all these fucking weird fucking noises all the time and shit. But yeah, one day 2 of my mates back in primary school,
Which primary school did you go to?
I went to Whitesville State College. They locked the toilet door on him, right, for some reason, and he was trying to get in. He was trying to fucking take a piss, but they locked it in on him, so he couldn't do that. And me, I was just.
What were the names of the people that did it?
It was Gabby and Michael.
Oh, that was really quick. That was really All right, keep going.
And they locked the door on him, and he needed to take a fucking piss real bad apparently. But instead of going to another bathroom, he actually ran out in the Oval, and I was with my best mate at the time, and I just remember seeing him fucking run down from the top of the Oval, and then he goes up onto this thing we called it the bank. It was this big fucking embankment of just dirt and mulch and shit that had been left over after construction. We were always told to keep off it. But I see Zeke, he runs up on top of the fucking bank. Me and fucking my best mate, we're just what the fuck is going on? And he dead set, he pulls down his fucking pants and he pisses right over the bank.
Wait, so let me get this straight. He pulls down his pants as in around his ankles?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to
What's that?
A very
he was
confident
just,
man.
He was just used to
Everybody
the
knew that
nature
guy in
piece.
primary school that you'd go to the toilets and his pants would be at the urinal, pants on the ground.
Everyone knew a
Because
kid
his
like
dad
that.
was probably an alcoholic and didn't know how to teach him any better.
Exactly. Yeah. So Zeke's pissing off the bank.
Sorry, I grew up in the country.
Yeah, and one of our fucking teachers sees him and starts fucking screaming bloody murder as she sees him, with this mid-fucking stream.
Alright, so
what a punt.
I think that's true. What do you guys reckon?
There's enough context.
It's too accurate of a story. He's on the point every time.
It's too weird, but also Quentin knows how to play games. I'm gonna say false.
What about you, Arch?
Ooh, I'm going with true.
True.
I'm going with true.
True.
It's true. Yeah, the dude's name.
I thought he was leading us on.
The dude's name wasn't Zeke, but yeah, like literally everything else is true. I've kept it as Zeke to
It
preserve.
wasn't Zeke, okay.
I kept to preserve his fucking dignity because he's changed since then.
All right.
Okay.
I had a mate in high school. He wasn't in my school, but he's my stepbrother actually. He has done a shit on the floor of this toilets, like just because he was like the toilets were gross. He has tased people around the oval with shit on a stick.
No.
He smeared his own shit on the footy post. So
This
when
guy's
people were
definitely
running-
into scat now. Like,
when
It's pronounced
he
scar.
ran around. Shit smeared on the footy post, and then when kids are running around and grab the footy.
Oh, he definitely plays the
here's
recorder
where
in
it
a
gets
rock band.
real interesting. Monday morning comes around, and he gets called into the principal's office, and someone's done a shit in the bubbler. So they go to Umaro Numo. Stephen, why did you take a shit in the bubbler? He's like, it wasn't me. And they're like, Stephen, no one else in the school has a track record of this. And he's like, it wasn't me. And they call his mum, my stepmom, call her in, and she's like, it wasn't him. He wasn't even in Brisbane that weekend. Like, he was with me at my mum's golf.
Wow.
It wasn't him. So,
so it was
there's
a
another
copycat
shit bandit. There's a
serial
copycat.
shitter.
True story. Not even first time I met my stepbrother, he shit himself a little bit. Just
What the
enough.
fuck is with this dude? Shit, man.
This was at the Croatian club, and he fucking swung his undies.
Best club ever.
He swung his undies and just threw them on the roof, like two-story building.
They would have had a bit of weight in them too.
Yeah, literally.
Fuck, it's a good thing he didn't have
Molotov.
I just had to share a shit story.
That was a pretty shitty story. Yeah. All right.
What are the categories again?
I've wanted to say that publicly for a long time.
I wanted to embarrass my stepbrother.
Joseph, is this on?
You should have saved that for your round. Because you're playing
I've
this
got
one.
a
But
better
anyway.
one. Oh, it's not better, but
Is
it's
it
a good
shit related?
one.
No, that'd be pretty shit. All right. All right. So categories again for those listening: festivals, tours, school, bad dates, Christmas, airports, growing up, hold my beer, and being late for something. I'm gonna go with school. So when I was in year 5, I went to a pretty small school in country New South Wales, and there was this kid that caught my bus, and I only knew him from the bus. And he came up to me one day at school and I don't know how it came up. I really don't know how it came up, but he started telling me that he knew how to make bombs. Okay, so he's in year 3 or 4.
Like fluid and chlorine then mixed together and held in a compressed bottle.
Static. Oh my god, static. So
One can make all kinds of explosive common household items.
tell me more.
Mythbusters.
Yeah, so he's come up to me and he's
Bombs
telling
in
me
disguise.
on the soccer field that he knows how to make bombs. And I'm a couple of years older than him, thinking that I was all tough and all this sort of shit.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, cool, good on you, mate. Like, well done. Like, obviously you're in year 4. Like, who the fuck knows how to make bombs when you're in year 4? Me not knowing much better.
Yeah.
2 days later, he comes to school with a bomb.
No.
You're shitty.
Right?
Like a
Comes up to me,
firecracker,
at recess and opens up his bag. He's like, see, I told you I could make bombs. And I was just like, oh shit.
Why did he single you out? Like,
I don't know.
you're the one that he's gonna let in on his master plan. Like, don't fucking come to school tomorrow.
No, like, it wasn't even anything dangerous. Like, he was just trying to brag. Like, literally, it was all...
Really?
He was just trying to brag. Really.
A 9-year-old with a bomb is
Yeah.
not something you would consider dangerous.
I did once I saw it. But at the time, yes, he may have been 9, but I was also only, like, maybe 11. So also, I didn't know much better.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not qualified to deal with this.
For those who
Drink.
met me, my
anti-terror
IQ is
unit.
that of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
So, so basically, anyway, it ended up getting to the school that he had a bomb. I tried to avoid the situation as much as I could because I was at the age where I was like, yeah, this sounds bad, avoid it.
Yeah,
I'm not involved in it.
Smart decision.
Anyway, halfway through the day, I get called up to the principal's office because obviously somebody's told the principal, and I've been told that he's been speaking to me, so I got called up to the principal's office, and I had to explain to them to the fact that he bragged to me knowing that he knew how to make a bomb. I jokingly said, prove it, and he did.
So it's your fault.
Partially, yeah. So the police ended up getting called to the school, and they checked it out, and they said it is made correctly as a bomb, but it didn't have a detonator. The only thing that was missing is it didn't have a detonator, so it wasn't
What was the kid's name?
But still, if you, throw a fucking lighter at that shit, surely.
Well, sure, yeah. But it had gunpowder in it.
Yeah.
Somehow it had gunpowder.
He made gunpowder.
I believe that.
Country New South Wales.
Which
if Tari rings a bell.
Yeah.
Or Tanoni Primary School. No. But yeah, so that was it. There you go.
Alright, I am going to say true, because that was just way too elaborate, and the consequences sound like what would actually fucking happen. Like, the police would get called. Fucking, it'd be a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say true for the same reasons as that.
True.
Plus, you're a hit.
That's just
something
So, that was true, yeah.
Yes! That is insane. That is insane.
I know.
Alright, I'm gonna go category growing up. So,
Hey, I'm gonna skip Joseph.
Yeah. We skipped one.
Skip one.
Yeah, skipped me.
Alright, Joseph.
Alright.
So, festivals, tours, school, bad dates, Christmas, airports, growing up, hold my beer, or being late for something.
I'm going to do school. And it's about Neopets. Does anyone remember Neopets?
Yeah.
What the fuck's a Neopet?
Neopets was this weird website where you would get like almost like a Digimon little character, and there was heaps of them. You could like
a
collect them.
Tamagotchi?
Oh, it's
Similar, but you could level them up and you could like change their color. It was heaps of designs. They were like cute little animals. They had plushies and all sorts of shit. But it had flash games on it, and you'd collect Neo points to get these points, right? So you'd play flash games, all sorts of fun games. You know, it was like an easy site. And you would level up these accounts, and you'd get higher level fucking Neopets, I guess, and they could be rare and shit. Anyway, in grade 5, this kid gave me his password to his Neopets account. It was a fucking high level account. Like it was fucking top shit. He gave me his Neopets account to like have a play. I don't even know why. I can't really remember now. But anyway, a day or two goes by, and I checked it out and I enjoyed it. And now it's murky of a memory because I don't remember if I did this. So a couple days have gone by most likely, and it's maybe lunchtime, and he's like, "Why'd you steal my fucking Neopets account? You changed the password, all this shit, right?" And he's pissed at me. I'm like, "I didn't fucking do it," and I don't remember if I did. I might have. I really don't know.
You were that much of a shit at all, man. Just to go
I mean, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest, I can't take this story seriously considering it's Neopet, so I really don't know if you're telling the truth.
So
Oh, dude, that shit was real. If you fuck with someone's Neopet, fuck
Really?
with
I remember like the Habbo, that was around the same
Habbo
time.
was-
Hotel.
Yeah, it was around the
Habbo
same
was
time.
better than Neopets.
Yeah, but it was around the same time, right?
Yeah, a little. Habbo was just a little after, because Neopets was like, it had a lot of complexity to it. It's still a massive thing. It's a fandom. It's weird, but anyway. So he's pissed off at me at lunch. Anyway, we go back to class, and he wasn't in my class, but he was in the same grade. And he comes into my classroom with a fucking stick, like a big fucking stick. He's like, "Give me my fucking Neopets."
Jesus Christ.
And my teacher, Mr. Hawkins, the coolest cunt ever, he told us about Grand Theft Auto and got us right into it when we were 10.
Fuck yeah.
Love him to death. I've never seen him since. But anyway, he kind of gets the stick and takes it from the kid, and then he goes to put the stick outside, throws it. The kid, Gary, his name was Gary McLaughlin. I remember his name.
Hear that, Gary McLaughlin?
We know who you are.
He charges up to me, grabs me by the throat, and tries to push me out of the window. It's like it's a two-story building. It's like a two-story
I
building.
thought he was going to say it's
I'm
a
on the
true
top.
story, and I was like, no, I don't believe it.
And it was one of those, windows at schools that like was like that. You could kind of do like push it out, but it had kind of a connector,
Like a hinge?
a hingey fucking thing.
Sure.
So I probably wouldn't go through, but it could happen. He could push me and then I'd break it. Fucking, it could hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's pushing me there and he's grabbing me by the throat and doing all that. And I'm like, I didn't steal your fucking Neopets account. Anyway, I don't really remember what happened after that, but this is where the plot thickens.
Here we go.
This was at Broadbeach State School. This is down the Gold Coast. Beautiful place, you know.
Did you have a really good tan at the time?
I was a very tan kid, actually. I'll have to show you a photo later of me.
Details are important.
I was a very tan kid. Now I don't see the sun as much. But a few years later, I have moved to Brisbane in Maruka, and weirdly, it's grade 8 or 9. I can't quite remember the exact year it was, but my dad dropped me off to go walk to school. He dropped me kind of near the school, and then he would go the other way. Anyway, and do you know who I fucking see there? Gary McLaughlin. Gary fucking McLaughlin. And here's the plot twist. He's an emo kid. He was like the most hardcore emo kid I've ever seen.
Does this really shock you?
Black and red, like socks up to his knees.
yeah.
The pants, the giant side
to be a
fringe.
joke?
Yeah.
The giant side fringe, the eyeliner, everything. Like, this is when the volleys, you know, the fucking look of an emo
I
kid.
love Dunlop.
Like,
They
too
were the shit.
stereotypical. And you're just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, hey, dude. And he's like, hey, dude. And I'm like, when did you move here? And he's like, about a year ago. And I'm like, fuck. And, you know, all I'm thinking is, has he been following me, like, trying to get this emo kid out? And he's in this massive amount of, like, depression, so he's just turned to being an emo.
Right.
You know?
Probably
And-
because
I mean, that's kind of where it came from, right?
Yeah.
That's where emo came from, being really, really depressed.
well, I mean, I suppose.
Either that or a fashion statement.
Well, yeah.
Or, you know,
It
having your
started off
Neopets
with depression,
account
and
attacked.
then people were like, that's a nice style.
But I shit you not, this is an absolute true story.
Well, you're not supposed to tell us that.
Well, I'm telling you, like that's.
Well, I think it's false. I think it's a lie.
I think it's false.
Yeah, I think
See,
it's false.
I think he's trying to make you think that by saying it's true.
It's a
It's so
I'm
vague.
gonna
There's missing chunks.
Yeah, well, I
because
mean,
of that, I'm going to say it's true.
Plus,
I don't-
nobody's said a lie yet.
I'm gonna double down
I'm
and
inclined
say
to
it's
think
true.
I just think he kind of lost the point of the game by telling us that it's a true story when we're supposed
Nah,
to.
that was actually part of my attack.
Well, okay. Well, I
Alright,
think
so
it's
what
false.
is
I
it?
think it's
True or false?
Quentin, you're the only one that hasn't. You haven't answered.
Oh, I was going to say it was false.
Oh. So Chris is the only one that's right. This is like dead set true.
Hear that internet?
That was good.
Like-
Did you hear that internet?
was good.
I just don't understand because like you're talking Gold Coast to Brisbane.
Yeah,
You know,
that's-
like
that's a bit-
and
that's a
it's
bit
like
weird.
Brisbane's a big place. Why right there?
I'm sorry, but like I grew up in Taree, which is like 8 hours from Brisbane, and since I have run into people at venues that I used to work with when I worked at KFC when I was like 17, people I went to primary school and people I went to high school, just at random venues. In
I can believe that because the idea is people from Taree would just move up or move down.
No, they don't. It's just they come up for a visit. Like it's just
Okay.
very rare the fact that I've seen, because like all these people don't know like a lot of music. There's not a massive music scene in Taree. So obviously now they're coming up
because
to
there's like
Brisbane,
4 fucking
and they're
people.
going and seeing smaller bands that I'm
More
really
people
into.
have
I
heard
was
of
like, well,
Taree.
nobody I knew in high school would have known who these people are.
Yeah, okay. It's fair enough.
True story. I grew up in I'm an army brat, right? Move all the time.
I don't think that's true.
No,
No, it is. I can attest to this.
This
Yeah.
girl lived next door to me in Wodonga, and then we moved to Townsville. So I don't know how fucking far that is, but it's pretty fucking far.
Pretty far for you American folk.
On a scale.
Your
For
legs.
Americans, yeah.
30% of our audience is from the US. 36% of our audience is from the US.
Yeehaw.
Hi, America.
But I moved to
Yeah, Joe
Townsville.
Biden and shit.
I moved to Townsville. A couple of weeks later, it turns out that fucking she lives 2 blocks over from me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I shit you not. Now, keep in mind, she's an army brat as well, so I'm sure there's
a
some
chance of
kind
that,
of
yeah.
fucking system, and I know that they, because when you
Did you guys play Pin the Tail on the Donkey?
I'll pin tail on your donkey.
Stop it.
Can I be the donkey?
No, it was just like shocking to me. So I can see how that kid, like the
Yeah.
Gold Coast of Brisbane, isn't that unfathomable because I've seen the same people on the other side of the fucking country.
Yeah,
For me,
I'm
it was
gonna
just
say
insane. Kilometre away from me, not even that.
Pardon?
Kilometre away from me, not even that. That's what I found mental. You
Oh,
know?
see, now that's creepy.
Yeah.
That kid wanted you dead, bro.
Oh,
He's
like-
probably listening to this podcast.
I should really look him up, hey.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Do you still have the login?
Oh man, I like don't think I actually hacked it. Hey,
Username.
I actually don't think I
Who
did.
still plays RuneScape?
I have some mates that do.
I did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I
I
know.
logged back into my old account, and the sons of bitches had deleted it because it had been inactive.
It got
for
upgraded to
fucking X
RuneScape
amount.
3.
Yeah,
Upgraded to RuneScape 3. So if you wanted to play RuneScape old school, you need to make a new account.
Lame.
Yeah, which I did, and
It's pretty
That's
sick
good.
that it's a mobile app
it's still
now.
the same. It's still just a shit, but it's constant. All right, so Archie,
I'm
Santa
gonna
hats?
go
He knows his categories.
School with a K, S-K-O-O-L.
Alrighty.
We like the school stories. Maybe we should just call them the school stories.
One more time.
Oh, banger. Alright, so walking to school, my mate, I forgot his name. Let's just say Jaden.
It's a lie.
He found a baby python on the way to school. Like, you know, like you go along the back where the BP is in Albany Creek, you go along the back streets to go to AC High, come around the back All Saints and shit. Goes along the creek and he found this little baby snake. And we were before school, he's like, check it out guys, we found this fucking snake, right? It's like, alright, pretty cool. Yeah, sweet. And it was chill as. Didn't bite anyone, nothing. It pissed on someone, which was pretty funny. Most of the girls scared
It's
of
like
it.
a carpet python or like a fucking brown snake?
No, not a brown snake. Python.
Yeah, a carpet python.
Yeah, no,
alright.
I held it.
I'm a
Not so
snake.
funny, so-
I'm a slippery little snake.
Yeah, and it wasn't actually that slippery. It's quite grippy, actually.
Oh, really?
But anyway, and we're at the start of school. It's like, you got a snake. What are you going to do, man? He's like, I'm just going to put my bag and just chill it. All right, fair enough.
As you do.
Had a math class just before bloody morning tea. By the way, lunch breaks in school are so much longer than lunch breaks at work. Like,
Definitely. Yeah,
If
definitely.
you're a school kid listening to this, like, fucking be thankful for how much breaks you get. And you got a 6-hour day anyway. You got an hour and a half. It's
pretty easy.
Like, fuck
If
now.
I work a 6-hour day, I get 10 minutes.
Yeah, you have to check your emails every fucking 6 hours. Jesus
Anyway,
Christ.
that's a tangent. But anyway, so yeah, we're mid class. It's about like 9:30, just before fucking smoko. And math class, Mr. Thomas, I think the teacher was, he's just sort of turned around, brightened the shit on the board. And there's fucking Jaden just kind of showing off his snake in mid class, you know, like the girls are screaming. Fucking, not quite screaming, they're like muffled their shit because they're in class. But he's like showing his mates this fucking snake, right? Next minute, it gets out of his hands, goes towards the front.
I saw where this was going.
He fucking went up the teacher's leg, mate. Straight up.
See,
I don't know.
why
if I
would it
believe
do
that.
that?
And how did the teacher react to that?
Well, he fucking shot bricks, didn't he?
Could you elaborate on shitting bricks? More like,
He never shot at bricks.
Did he yell? Did he scream? Did he start dancing around trying to get it out? Did he take his pants off?
Started dancing around. So he's dancing around like a fucking maniac. There's Jaden creeping up, going, oh, sorry, sir. Fucking sorry, sir. Grabs the snake, takes it out the window, opens the window. It's one of those sliding windows. You know, got the dowel in between.
Yeah.
Fucking chuck the dowel.
You're just copying my story here.
Fucking
Talking
chuck
about
the
a
dowel.
window and shit.
Throws the snake out the window, but then that's not it. You think it's over there. Nah, it
Then
ain't.
another snake appears.
This fucking chick walking past the window, right? Going past the fucking math block over the science block. And she's like, it's a fucking snake! Minus the fucking... and he jumps out the window, grabs it, throws it in the bush, and...
I'm just going to come out and say, I reckon that's true.
I reckon you knew a guy who found a snake and fucking showed it around the school. I don't know that it would have run up
That's
a
a teacher's leg. That's what I'm on.
Snakes don't do that. They're scared of vibration in the ground and stuff. That's why they
Actually,
freak
you're
out.
right,
So
you're
why
right.
would they
This is
go
a
for
brave
something
snake.
with
I think it was based on a true story, but I think
I think it's based
I think
on
it's
a
got some
true story.
alterations to its true story.
I reckon that happens, but not quite.
Yeah, I
Rather
reckon
dramatically.
it's overall false.
you've oversold the story.
Yeah.
The window did it.
Alright, what was it?
You're 100% right, yeah.
Good on you for telling a lie though and trying to sell it. You know what I mean? It just sucks.
And you were fucked up at the went up his leg.
Way
What do
too
you mean?
specific details that then it went up his leg.
So what was true?
I planned out the window, I planned out the chick walking past, but I did not plan out the reaction of the teacher. Should have thought.
Yeah, full credit to you for coming up with a lie though, because that's
that was-
way
that
harder
was
than
convincing.
telling.
I did have a mate that found a baby snake, brought it along. We're hanging out back at Coles. Wasn't at school, and yeah, I did hold it and shit.
See,
I
that
didn't
I
find
believe
out
that
until
seems
after.
believable.
I didn't find out until after. It was just a wild snake. He said to us it was a pet. It's like, oh, it's a pet snake. You want to hold it? It's like, oh yeah, I'll hold a pet snake.
him up every
We
day.
all grew up with a guy like that, right?
It's like walking up to
No,
a dog
it
at
was
the
just-
dog park and being like, "This is my pet now."
Well, that was literally. It was just a random snake he picked up, but I did
I was
You
like,
did well to sell that though. I would say
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to sold, you're like a new car salesman. Not like a second-hand car salesman.
make
Those
more money
cunts are
doing that,
unbelievable.
yeah.
But
we were trying to do this the other day, and I started trying to tell a lie because everybody kept telling the truth because obviously it's so much easier.
yeah.
But I was trying to tell a story, but like it was based on a true story. But as soon as I started going to the lie, I couldn't even believe what I was saying myself, and I was just like, I started laughing, and I was like, you know what, I can't even. I got
Yeah,
stuck.
and I was like, this is a lie.
I was like, I don't know what to say next.
As soon as you called me out for exactly what I was doing, I'm like, oh fuck. Okay.
So apparently Archie's weirdest gigs was probably also the sketchiest sort of gig, but
Yeah, I've done a bunch of bush stuff gigs. They're all
I've
kind of
spoken
the
about
same.
the bush too.
Jed is a bush doof.
yeah, he is a human bush dog. He looks like
Yeah, when you see his chest, you get it.
It would have been the same story, different doof, but
But yeah, no, you know,
Party in there.
Whisky Grinn sort of made their name as a bit of a touring band. Whisky Grinn did. Yeah, I know. I wonder. But you know, Whisky Grinn made their name as a bit of a touring band. And I've always wanted to ask Zac. You know, what's your what do you miss about touring, but what do you not so miss so much about touring?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right that was how we made a name for ourselves because we were never good at like the internet marketing thing or anything like that. So the solution was just to fucking tour until we couldn't. The thing that I probably miss the most about it, I mean, I fucking like a lot of people that I talk to like. They talk about touring like it's this really hard thing and all that sort of jazz, and it's just really taxing and stuff. I fucking loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Even the gross stuff, even the fucking, like, even the bad stuff, to me, is just like a fucking good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I miss waking up and fucking being able to, Jesus Christ, guys. These guys are like deep throating microphones. Archie's like making a move on my crotch. Like I'm trying to keep a straight. I'm trying to keep like a straight face, dude. Oh no, stroke me tender, daddy.
Oh, daddy.
Yeah, so you didn't mind touring at all, even
No,
the
I loved
grimy
it.
parts
I loved
of it.
every part of it. The only thing that I probably don't miss about it is probably like you do sometimes get like halfway through a tour and go like, if you're, doing a big tour, because you either haven't been paid yet or fucking that sort of thing. So there was a couple of panic moments on tours I've been on where it's like, fuck, are we gonna be able to finish this?
Yeah.
Like, and you're halfway fucking miles from home, you know what I mean? Like, so that I don't miss. But
talking about payment though, that's a real fucking thing. Like, there's been gigs where I've been to, and the only reason why I've been paid because I hang around at the end, talk to the headliners, like, hey, I heard you're in charge of the pay. He's like, oh yeah, here you go. But like, if you walk away, you don't get paid.
yeah, you'll never get paid.
Like,
100%.
I've done so many gigs where they're like, yeah, you get 150, 200, whatever.
And you have to harass the fucking bar manager to
like,
get it.
A, you don't get it straight away. B, even if you do ask for it, you don't get it. And C, unless you chase down for it, you might get it.
Yeah.
See, I'd heard a lot of stories about this happening. That's why when I first started working with Whisky Grinn, so that gig that we did at Lefties was like the first thing I said to everybody. I was like, as soon as you guys get played, please let me know and I'll make sure that everybody gets invoiced properly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'd heard so many shit stories about this happening, and I was like, I will not be that person.
Guy, yeah.
I will never ever be that guy.
Full credit to you for that too, because like when you did book shows for us, you were always like super transparent about like the financial side of things, and that sort of stuff.
That's ripe in the industry.
Because like there's a lot of people, like for example, you'll book a gig through somebody and then you find out later
nobody came, you guys owe me $300
that the gig had overhead that you didn't know about. And even sometimes you'll pack the fucking venue out and you'll be like, oh yeah, this will be sweet, but then you find out they were only charging $5 at the door or whatever, or you don't find out but you just don't think, and so then you'll be like, okay, so 5 3 Wait, hang on, that's fucking like 70 people or something. Like, surely we fucking got something out of that. If it's a small venue, you know what I mean? Like 70 is like whatever if it's a small venue.
Venue hire though.
And then you find out that fucking you lost money and you're like, how is that possible? I've never seen your venue that full.
Yeah.
That's
what even the venue manager came up to me that night and was just like, oh, that was an incredible sellout considering it's a Sunday afternoon, and like, not that like they're all fucking good bands, but they're all very small, unknown bands.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, because like it ended up being like 74 people rocked up on a Sunday afternoon to see a Whisky Grinn headline show.
Yeah, on Sunday afternoon.
I know, and
It's really difficult,
I managed to bully enough of my friends
And
to
you
come.
got it to, you made it happen. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Through a lot of stress and anxiety.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you were stressed out. I remember seeing you in the gig. I was like, did he lose weight? Like,
Yeah, and then, like the same night he was like to me, yeah, so anyway, I've got Mike here on a fucking podcast that I'm meant to do, and he was like, Quentin, do you want to fucking like be a part of the podcast?
yeah, you had a lot going on for a while,
And
man.
I was like, yeah, sure, mate.
Oh yeah, that was a stressful, and I hadn't worked for 6 months because I was studying, so I was broke, trying to run your band from the Gold Coast and coming up every 3 days to have meetings.
Yeah.
I'm running through, and I was trying to help organise Scorch Festival, so I'm coming up every couple of days to go to Green Beacon and have meetings with them, trying to run marketing and stuff for all them as well, plus doing all the stuff for you guys, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm literally making this up on the spot. I'm making this up on the spot. I hope I don't look like a fuckwit.
You never did. You fucking nailed it, man.
Yes.
You fucking nailed it. I will give you that. And we kind of been easy to manage. A band that was like...
I managed you guys for 4 months, and then I didn't talk to anybody for 2 months, and then I got told by somebody else that you guys broke up.
Oof, I'm sorry about that.
I was at Vinny's. I was stoned as shit, and I walked there, and Mackenzie's come up to me. She goes, "I'm really sorry to hear about Whisky Grinn breaking up," and I was like, "What?" And Jack was there because like bad
I
name.
didn't tell you. We told him.
No, I know.
We told him to tell you.
Yeah, they told me at the fucking Let's
So Bad Neighbour were playing at this show at Vinny's, and Jack was there, and Mackenzie's calling, and she goes, "Oh, sorry to hear that Whisky Grinn broke up," and I was like, "What?" And I got up to Jack, and I was like, "Oh, did Whisky Grinn break up?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I thought somebody told you."
Jack, I'm having words with you later.
All right, let's not
Sorry,
fucking...
we'll move on.
Yeah, let's not focus too much on
love
the
you, Jack. Yeah, we
on
love
the
you,
bad
Jack. It's
memories. Yeah, so you know, some of our audience may be aware
Thanks for
that
being my guinea pig, by the way.
That's all right.
some of the audience may be aware that Whisky Grinn managed to tour the United States. You know, back in the wild age of 2018. You know, back when the world made sense. I've always wanted to ask Zac. You know, what was your the greatest memory that you had on that tour? Because I hear so much about it. You know, in hindsight, and what was probably your least favorite memory?
The best memory that I have is playing New Kansas because the venue was fucking packed. The bands were great. Fucking. The only weird part was that there was a drum riser with the drum set of the headline on it that needed to be there for some reason because it was just too difficult to set up and take down. So poor Matt had to play a drum kit set next to the drum riser on the stage level. Like, so he's like looking up at this drum kit like, oh, this looks a bit fucking... it's like a big dick in a locker room, you know?
Yeah.
Saying that, I remember like a Crowbar gig that Whisky Grinn headline with a Zombie Creek drum kit.
Yes! We still have that drum kit too.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, the least favourite memory that I have is probably when one of the New York shows got cancelled because that was halfway through the tour and we just like, fuck, it was, there was a brief period in that tour where it got very, very fucking stressful. Very, very fucking stressful. And I remember being in New York and realising that we're not going to be able to make that show that night. And I just like walked out of the fucking thing and I was just like, I wasn't fucking crying or anything like that, but I was just like, holy fuck, we are thousands of miles from home. And I walk around the fucking corner and there's some fucking homeless guy with his dick in his hand just staring at me and I'm just like, well, things could be worse. I could have an office job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, it sort of snapped me back to reality. Like, oh, we got shit to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. One last question for both of you before we get into another game. So what's the strangest encounter that you've ever had with a fan or even just an audience member? Because I'm sure you'll
Quentin
have plenty
here
of those
today.
back in the US.
It's Quentin.
there's, it's quick. No.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I sort of try to censor. I want to censor myself a little bit.
What was her name?
We can't bleep things.
I don't know. It's not so much like encounters that necessarily happen. I've seen some fucking weird shit. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's just people that are like way too fucking chummy. Like they'll come over and they're just like, "Oh, g'day, mate," and all that shit, and like chuck their arm over you and everything. And I'm like, do I fucking know you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like maybe you have it like 1 or 2 gigs or something like that, but people will just get like super chummy with you, like, or they'll just pull up a seat and sit down, and everyone's like, hi. You know what I mean? Like,
one of the biggest earners for bands that people don't necessarily realize is merch. Like, if you like a band,
you can make a living
buy
off merch.
their merch. Like, that is how they make the most money out of cost, hands down. Like, it used to be
More than the tickets, more than the albums sold, anything. If you want to actually help a band,
It's merch.
No, 100%. It used to be back in the 80s, 90s, whatever. You do a gig and you get paid heaps. Yeah, sweet. You could tour and just get paid off gigs.
But you used to also get paid off record sales, which now
And
thanks to
record sales,
Spotify,
yeah.
that doesn't
Who
happen.
buys a record? Like,
Nobody.
people.
I do.
People,
I'm one of the most. I'm really proud of my record collection.
About 5, maybe 10% of people that used to buy records still buy records.
Yeah.
Everybody has Spotify now.
But the records they buy, they aren't just local band records, are they? They are the big commercially accessible records. Like the records that are being sold aren't the local artists. So the way that local artists or intermediate artists or professional whatever,
Just the
being
Wiggles
even
covering
Soho,
Taylor Ball.
I remember reading years back that they made massive amounts of money. I'm not going to say a dollar figure of merch. And if you're going to support a band that you really like, especially from the grassroots, buy their shirts, buy their socks, buy their hats, whatever the hell they're selling, and it really makes
The whole thing with like the merch thing is like when you approach a band, if you're really wanting to get it to be, you know, your full-time thing, you have to kind of look at the band as a brand, which is kind of
Completely.
fucked.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
Like-
and you're commercializing your soul in the process because you've spent however many years writing these songs and fucking wearing your heart out, giving every bit of yourself on stage every night, and then to try to quantify that into dollar is spent versus returned.
Yeah.
There's, everyone knows the game now. There's no excuse to plead ignorance these days. The information's out there. People know what being a musician really is. But when you're actually doing it, a little part of you is like, fuck me, I don't want to think of new shirts and that sort of shit. Or I don't want to have to play salesman to fucking try and promote a gig because I'm not from that city and that kind of thing. Like, I just want to do. But, you know, there's ups
part of
and
the role
downs to
now.
every job. It's part of the job these days.
Well, that's why you have
I look at
managers.
Well, you do, but also,
In a sense.
yeah.
I look at
Thanks,
musicians as
You're welcome.
musicians to me are just entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality is if you want to be a successful musician nowadays, you have to be an entrepreneur.
Completely, I
Right.
totally agree.
Most
with that.
artists
And-
don't want to deal with the business side of things, and that's where that side comes into it. That's where, like, I've always wanted to work in the music industry. That's why I studied music business, because I will never be a musician.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
That's my way of getting into there, and I understand that you don't want to deal with that kind of shit, and that's why I jumped in. Was like, well, that's exactly how I want to focus on things, so that's why I can jump in and do that for you.
yeah, 100%.
That's what separates a lot of fantastic bands. There's some
Is a good
great
manager.
bands.
All right, guys. So we're going to jump into the next game. This one is called Know Your Bands. So starting with your current band, Wasted Vacation, we're going to go around in circles, taking it in turns, saying a name of a band who starts with the last letter of the previous band said.
Of course.
So, Wasted Vacation, the next band or artist that you'll have to mention must start with an N.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have about 15 seconds per person to name it. If you can't do it in that time, you lose. What we're going to do is we're going to go around a few times. And basically what happens, whoever loses each round, the rest of the group will decide a punishment for them, which will be played out at the end of the recording here. And those videos will come up on our Instagram when the episode comes out. So keep an eye out for that on onlybands.au. Cool. All right. So starting off with the person to my left, we're going to start with Wasted Vacation. Joseph, you're up.
Nickelback.
Okay, so next band starts with a K.
Oof.
Oh. Think of new metal.
I also if you don't want it to start with a T, you can drop it. Or if you want it to start with a T, you can keep the in it.
Caius.
Thanks, Zach.
Sleep.
Powderfinger.
Red Letter Circus.
Isn't it Red Letter Circus?
Dead Letter Circus.
Dead Letter Circus.
All right, no, you lose that round, Joseph. That's our first round lost.
You'll get
Alright,
punished.
Alright, yeah, so you lost. Alright, so we're going to start with whatever the fuck he just said anyway, and then go to his left. So Archie.
So it'll be S.
So S, so go.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
You're getting
Band that
punished.
starts with S.
Sleeping with sirens.
Give me a punishment. I'm bad at this. Hey.
Alright, so the punishments, so we have a few examples here, but ideally they can be made up by everybody else at the table, but these are the examples so you get an idea.
Realistically, I'm at 2 now.
So you can either do a shot of hot sauce, you get slapped in the face, balance a ping pong ball on your nose for 5 seconds, which we don't have ping pong balls, so that's not going to happen. Eat a handful of gross jelly beans. We don't have that either.
I reckon he just eats a piece of paper.
Here, have some LSD.
You didn't even lose.
Alright.
I'll go hot sauce.
Yeah, do we have it? Do you guys
I've got
have
some
hot sauce?
sriracha down.
Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, we're going to do that after.
We'll do that as a.
Alright, so you lost, so what was the, or just
Sleeping with sirens.
Sleeping with sirens, so S
again.
Sonda.
Sonda, R, so radolescent.
Oh, T. The Living End.
Yep, sure.
Get off your phone, Archie.
D. Death Magnetic. No, wait, that's the Metallica album. Fuck.
It's Archie.
Sorry.
Disturbed. Like.
Disturbed.
Disturbed. So that would be D again.
You're welcome.
Dystopia.
Dystopia.
Then with an A. Yeah, Agent Orange.
Ooh. And ends with the G. E. Eminem.
I'll allow it. We're on N. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I can say Nickelback again, yeah?
No, you can't.
Nah.
But you can say any other band that starts with N.
I can't think of any. I'm so bad.
I got a few.
Can I say Neil Young?
Yeah, it's an
Neil
artist.
Young.
Yeah, band or artist.
Not about his latest.
Anyway.
No.
Alright, Young.
G.
Not you.
Oh, Gorillas. Yeah, of course. That was my idea.
S again.
No, Z.
So okay. If the word is a plural with an S, you can take the S off, so you don't have to keep naming S bands.
Yeah, no, but Gorillaz does end with Z though.
Oh, it does. True. Yeah. Okay. So Z.
Oh, man, that's an easy one. It's a ska band. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Zombie Creek.
Alright. Okay.
The Killers, because we can drop the D.
Yeah. Killers. So
S.
or
S or
R.
R.
Radiohead.
D. Oh, fuck. Descendants.
Ooh, nice. So is that S again?
Yes, but he can do T.
Or
Next
T.
one, yeah.
So if it's a plural with an
Trivia.
S. Yeah.
Oh, Murder Dolls.
Oh, that's
No,
S
S.
or an L. Oh no, The Living End.
That's been said.
Oh, it's already been said. Loma
Manga.
Vista.
Sorry.
Loma Vista.
Loma Vista. So an R.
A.
A. Okay. Ariana Grande.
Nice.
E. Eradicator.
You say Rise Against already?
No.
We haven't.
Rise Against.
Yeah, nice.
T. Trivia. Oh no, you already said them.
Who were we talking about earlier?
The Murdochs.
Sure.
Oh, the.
So that's KOS.
Yeah, no, you can do that.
Yeah, ends in S.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's plural.
Or K. K or S.
Snoop Dogg.
Double G, bitch.
G, Gang of Youth.
Flame Lion.
Gang of Utes. Okay.
Okay, so it can be H or an S.
Silver chair.
Nice.
Roadhouse.
Oh, that was a good one. E.
Take me up inside.
Evanescence. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I love that you were just like miming piano. Like.
Know what I was referring to?
Okay,
Okay, think of like big white glasses.
I got all the vocals wrong too. I got all the lyrics wrong.
Electric Wizard.
Oh, okay.
Very flamboyant.
I was literally thinking
Wizard,
Elton John.
Yeah, DMAs.
A. Amity Affliction. N.
Well, one of the greatest bands of all time has already taken Nickelback.
You buy me.
N.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh.
How did
My eyes get so red. And what the hell is on Joey's head?
Okay, Arch.
This is where I went to school.
I'll do the whole thing.
And
You're getting triple punished, cunt.
Huh?
Nelly Furtado.
Oh.
Oh, that's cheating.
That'll do. He saves me with evidence.
just Nelly.
You get one phone a friend.
Wait, no, we should actually do phone a friend where you actually call somebody and hold the microphone up to them.
Fuck yeah, I'll do that the next time I get stuck.
Alright, I think
It's
this
me,
means.
it's me. What did that one end in? What was it?
Nelly.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Nelly Furtado, wasn't it?
Nah, just
something
Nelly.
starting
Oh, just Nelly?
Something starting with Y.
Fuck. Oh, I know a band.
Think of DJs and
3
rappers.
letters. It's a word you'd say all day long.
You
It's a
think that's Soulja
Britpop band
Boy?
from the 70s or 80s.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes, with the exclamation mark. Yeah. How do you make an exclamation mark work?
S.
S.
I love yes.
Supertramp.
Yeah.
P. Poison.
Nice.
Oh, we're back to N. Neil Diamond.
Oh!
That's been said.
Yeah,
I said Neil Young
Oh,
earlier.
you're right. Okay, yep.
That's right, so Neil Diamond, so you got D.
You got the
I'll give
D?
you the D.
Wait.
We'll go back to Jedden.
No, we're going until somebody gets it wrong.
Oh, okay.
But we need
D.
to start a timer.
We've already had people get
Call
it.
it,
wrong, but
yeah.
another person gets it wrong.
DZ.
Deadlift.
Stop.
Oh,
DMAs,
So what's that? 3 out on you?
Said D.
yeah.
So it's 3 punishments.
Archie
for
has to drink a cup of
Just
piss.
fucking.
Like literal piss.
Except it's my urine, so it'll get in.
I'll go.
Zach gets to turkey slap him at the end of this video.
Whoa, wait. It was
Subscribe to the Onlybands OnlyFans.
All right. Did we want to end things there? or-
I think
Yeah,
we'll call it quits there.
yeah,
That was a
I
few
think
rounds.
Archie's taken-
That was about
Archie
10
obviously
minutes.
sucks.
Few too many bevies.
JK LOL.
We're gonna just.
Yes, as usual. At the tail end of this podcast.
Yeah, what colour butt plug did you bring?
Black.
I got a green
I
one.
brought
You want to
purple.
swap?
I got a red one.
I brought the one that was advertised by Joe Rogan.
Is it the rainbow one?
It's a multivitamin one.
Oh, was that the anti-vaxxer one?
The bro game?
All right, yeah. So we're gonna head into the artist plugs. We'll start with our guests first. If you guys have a band or an artist or
What
something,
have you guys been listening to the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, exactly. You want
Who do you
to
wanna talk
plug?
about?
A fucking epic German band called Eskimo Callboy. If you have not seen their videos, watch them. They're everything from trance, stance, pants. They got all of the above. They'll throw some hardcore on your face while singing some beautiful melodies.
Check out Igor, IGORR. It's a French band, very similar kind of vibe, and it's got a lot of symphonic shit. But it's like blast beats and everything. It's like fucking
Fuck yeah.
mental. It's like you'd like it if it's
Like comes out of nowhere sort of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You got this fancy some nice melody going, and then
That's exactly it. Yeah.
I would say this American band that I've been listening to called The Rebel. They're really fucking good. They got a track called On and On, which is really neat. I think they put that out a while ago, and they've sort of been building on that for a little while. But that's one of my favorites, and they're really fucking awesome. They're really fucking awesome. But other than that, all the other people I listen to are dead. Like, I listen to, like, Muddy Waters and B.B. King and fucking... Well, Buddy Guy's still alive, but that... You know what I mean? Like, I listen to the blues.
Yeah, same as last time. I seem to have been just going deeper into the rabbit holes that I've continued to mention
We'll go deep.
throughout this.
Rabbit hole.
Thank you, Archie. But still listening to a lot of black metal, listening to a lot of the early Mayhem stuff. There's also an album called Pale Swordsman by this Polish black metal artist called Ketched Arok. This is sort of the way you're meant to pronounce it. And yeah, it's like definitely a very different sort of like, almost a bit of softer sort of like taste in like black metal that a lot of people aren't used to. But yeah, it's a good album. The songwriting is really strong despite the fact that it's so raw.
I would never have picked you as a black metal guy.
I've been down a fucking black metal fucking for the past few months.
mad.
I've been listening to a lot of Tame Impala.
you might call it a black hole.
But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Tame Impala as well. As I mentioned in the last podcast, I've really liked a lot of their later stuff. Kevin Parker, the reason why he started making like this dance electronic stuff is one time he was at a wedding, and when one of his songs came on from the first 2 albums, like everyone left the dance floor, and I knew that must have stung. Which is why he like so creatively fuses like like psychedelic rock and like all this like dancey sort of stuff together, right? And he writes some really strong songs with it, despite the fact that it, I guess it might not be the sort of
pop appeal doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, this is poppy, so it's bad by
exactly.
nature," and that's stupid.
Yeah,
that just rules off so much music.
Exactly, and that's the problem with his fans who are like, "Oh, I wish he'd go back to psych rock." Like I think he writes stronger and stronger songs with each album. It's just the sound is different.
Yeah, artists are never at an obligation to repeat themselves.
Exactly, and that's what
you don't have to be pigeonholed to a certain genre.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what Kevin Parker he refuses to do. He refuses to be.
Some bands should maybe stick. Like the Last A Day to Remember album fucking shit me off. So shit.
Yeah, no, we've all had that with bands before though. It's like when Asking Alexandria did The Black and went back to what their first album sounded like. And I was like,
nah.
This ain't it. I want Danny back. And then sure enough, he comes back and they fucking drop like... I mean, that self-titled record had so much good stuff. Under Denver, Alone in a Room, fucking like there was so much good stuff on that.
Yeah. But that's a byproduct of how they start off. If they start off just pigeonholing themselves by doing an album of 12 songs all the same style, then of course they will...
I would argue that they invented that style. They were one of the first bands on Stand Up and Scream to do that.
Yeah, I get you, but in the same breath, like in the next album, if they do something different, they're going to be called out for
reckless and
being a bit too different.
Too different.
Yeah, but that's not like I think that is. It's like
I think it's fine to experiment, but fans do have like you have to think that there is some level of expectation, right? Like
totally, you don't want
you can't just go completely away from what you were like.
You can't go classical piano to punk rock 2-chord.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
I think the big deciding factor is not whether or not they're switching genres; it's whether or not it's good.
Yeah.
So if they switch and it's something fucking shit, then I can see how you'd be like, you probably should have stayed in your lane, boys.
Nothing else matters.
But if they switch and it works, well, Metallica's Black Album is simultaneously one of the most hated and loved albums of all time. Hated by Metallica fans, loved by the general public because they actually wrote shit that the radio liked and that sort of thing.
So I guess the one sort of last artist, like a lot of people rip on him, and most of our audience is so indie that they cuff their jeans 5 times, so they turn their nose up.
Chinos, they're not jeans, they're chinos.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't mind a lot of the Kid Leroy's stuff. I think, he's very
Kid Leroy's good.
So talented, man.
Yeah, and he's a wee tucker too.
Exactly. He's so young, and he's I guess the themes in his music, it reflects his youth, right? But we've all been there once, after I guess
it's still relatable content.
I've been playing music as long as that cunt's alive.
Yeah.
So we've got. It's like I was 15 once too.
Obviously, his first album's called Fuck Love, and it's about probably his first real sort of breakup, right? And
Wait till he's 30, he's gonna regret that.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people who are older, sort of rubbish that, right? But everyone felt like that once.
100%, bro.
Exactly,
Until I got engaged a little while ago, I was very much the no, just the perma bachelor, bro. You know what I mean? Just gonna live it out. It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna party till I'm 60.
Why would you ever settle down?
It's all about the boys.
It's all about the boys. Yeah, and then you fucking meet a girl and she changes your fucking world. You know? What I mean? But that's a normal development.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that his music really strikes a chord with a lot of people who are his age or a bit older. Yeah, exactly.
I just love the energy he gives. He just seems very happy doing what he's doing, and I think it's that's so contagious.
Oh, dude, that's such an important part. You see someone on stage that visibly looks like they're not having a good time. What are you going to do? Stand there smiling? Of course you're going to be well, if he's having a miserable time,
why would I have a good time to that? Yeah, 100%. And I've seen bands get...
Fall Out Boy I saw was like that.
They got pissed off on stage. I will admit, I've had gigs like that. I've done that. You know what I mean? When you get the shit's halfway through the gig.
And there's some legitimate reasons behind that sometimes.
It's not an excuse, though.
Even so, exactly. Even so, it's not an excuse. You still have to put on a show.
You do. That's the job. If they wanted to listen to the record, they'd listen to the record at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you wanted to hear the record, go fucking listen to it. You're going to a live show to be entertained. You're going to see a performance. You're not necessarily just going for the sound. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Jed's turn.
Mate, you can
Sorry,
say that
Jed.
again, brother. No, that's all right. All right, so I mean, I've been listening to a lot of stuff lately, actually. So Bad Neighbour just released a new single called "Slip Away," and I think that's a fucking brilliant song. I've been really getting into the Lime Cordial and Just Elba album, Just Elba album.
I love a good Alba.
I thought he
Nothing
said
better than a good
Alba.
Yeah,
Because
Jed's
ABBA's dropped a new album.
You laugh, but you forgot what a song was earlier.
Have you met me?
Did you just say ABBA?
Dropped a new album.
Here we go
Yeah,
again.
dude, yeah.
It's not terrible, but like,
My missus has been playing it fucking constantly.
it's alright. I didn't hate it.
Oh, she
anybody-
was when it came out.
Has anybody listened to the Wiggles' new the Turn Up album?
I don't think that's out in March.
No,
but they've released a few songs.
It's out now. Oh, there's a few songs out now.
There's too many wheels.
Yeah, no, there's like 8 of them now. But
It's
no,
like you're
anyway,
drunk. You see
no,
double vision.
I think
They're just, instead of singing and playing an instrument, they're just dancing in the
it's like
background.
you just
now.
had too
It's
much
just
DMT. You're just like, oh my god, I'm seeing double.
I already saw them dancing in the background before, but now they actually dance in the background. It's like there's nothing to my
Imagine the Wiggles with backup dancers.
Oh my God.
like
That's
the
what it is.
feathers.
That isn't
and, like,
Dorothy the dinosaur.
I want some slutty Dorothys on stage.
Bro, you got some weird kinks.
I want Captain Feathersword to tickle me.
If the Teletubbies could come out at the same time.
Yeah, I think I should mention that Jed's actually gotten me into a bit of a rapper that Jed just loves. It's called Baby No Money. Or
Oh yeah.
Some people call him BB Nos, but yeah, no, he got his song Edamame.
Edamame.
I know that song. That's a
Yeah.
banger.
Hey little mama, you
Yeah.
heard about me? I'm a puppy like a pea. Yeah, edamame.
Yeah, it's been stuck in
Drop
my
them
head.
fucking beats, JJ. Get it going.
It's been stuck in my head because of Jed.
Edamame. That
Yeah.
shit
It is good shit.
I don't think I've ever tried it. I was ordering Uber Eats the other day.
Netflix and just popping that shit.
No, I saw edamame and I was like ordering some food the other day on Uber Eats or DoorDash,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm gonna get some.
And I saw it, I was like edamame, and I was like, oh, it's just peas. It's just beans.
You're welcome, Japanese.
Yeah, they're not
food.
peas, they're
And I was
beans.
like-
He didn't
I was
realise
like-
that.
I was like, oh, I don't really want to get
If
this.
they're not included, I
I'm not
won't
paying
buy them.
$9 for some
Don't
beans.
get the sour cream. Sour.
No.
Just,
Is it worth getting? Is
No,
it
just get
$9
the
for some
basic.
edamame?
just get the basic ones that are fairly cheap. You can get them at sushi spots, and you just pop the pea
You
into
don't
your
need
mouth.
sweet
And put,
chili.
puppy
You
like
don't
a
need the
pea,
sour. You don't need any of
Wait, are you
that.
talking about that shit that's just salted peas?
yeah, basically, and they're like you pop them.
that shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a sushi eater.
But you
and
don't need
fucking
any of
ordered
the
a bunch of that
extras. They'll
shit.
charge you $4 extra.
We've called it peas,
for fucking
but
sweet
it's
chili
beans.
sauce. When you don't want the sweet chili sauce, you just want basic
That's
peas,
it.
bro. Just pop it in
Alright,
your
Jed,
mouth.
do you have
Bro,
any
you got
other
a hole in your
elements?
mouth ready to go, bro.
To add to what else I've been listening to lately, I'll just throw out there that like the Turnstiles album Glow Up is still like the tits.
Yeah.
Like,
It's still good.
I can't get enough of it. I think I listen to that at least 3 or 4 times a day.
Alright,
Album of
so
the year for
have
me.
you listened to any Weezer lately, Joseph?
I listen to a lot of Weezer. I love their new album, OK Human. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's
didn't
fucking
know that.
awesome.
Is it actually good?
It's so good, bro.
Yeah, alright.
Like,
I'll give it a spin. I'll listen to anything.
It's a 60s revival kind of thing. It has a Beatles vibe.
No fucking shit.
It's
Alright,
fucking
I'm gonna
good,
spin
bro.
that record. Yeah.
There's a song on there, Grapes of Wrath. It's about like having your headphones
Should I listen
in.
to it on vinyl or should I just listen to it?
Oh man, buy the vinyl. Like,
Yeah, okay.
it's actually worthy of
that
a
good?
vinyl.
Alright,
yeah. The it just has this like chorus, and it's just like I just don't care. I just don't care. Like it's just fucking have a listen. It's good.
Talk about good band names. How good is Weezer?
But if I'm saying what fucking bands I've been listening to lately, the new Pup song is really good. Robot Writes a Love Song, excellent video. That's a goodie. Have you guys heard of No Pressure?
Yes.
It's the Story So Far's frontman's like side project that he's been doing.
See that I didn't know.
So it's what's his name? What's his name? Oh, Parker Cannon. It's Parker Cannon's side project, and basically it's more like a traditional pop punk band with a little more hardcore influence.
Okay.
And I love the band name No Pressure, and the title in like the bio is like just friends making music.
Yeah.
Because Story So Far has kind of changed their sound, where they kind of gone to a little more of an indie kind of, I don't know.
They were quite heavy at one point.
Yeah, they have a lot of hardcore.
I love Weezer. They can't do anything.
This story so far. I love Weezer. But basically, they made this band because their new sound is like evolved, and it's a fucking excellent album. Another one worthy of vinyl. I've got it on vinyl. It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
But this new band, it's just like old school pop punk, and it's just like fast, aggressive. There's screamy vocals, clean vocals, really good. And they've released an EP, and I've actually got a limited pressing of that EP. I was like, I'll get that. They might not ever do anything else.
If anybody wants some test pressings of Wild and Soho albums, hit up Mikey.
Yeah, I saw that. And then lastly,
he is selling them.
I found a band recently called Spanish Love Songs.
Okay.
You guys know the Menzingers?
Yes.
They kind of sound like them, but this album is just like a COVID album of like the youth being depressed. It's like we live off other people's Netflix accounts, like streaming services. It's like talking about all the problems we have as a younger generation going into this world and how it's stacked against us. And it's just like,
it actually gets
an emotional like punch you in the face.
Yeah.
All right, now that, I guess we've had our usual, artist sort of plug. We're going to give the chance to our guests to plug anything that they have coming up, or just tell everyone to follow you on the socials
and listen to Weezer.
Wasted Vacation when we come out of the closet.
I mean, at the moment, we're writing and stuff. We're going to be building a studio and that sort of thing for I am. So fucking we can record that.
I got an iPad. That's my studio.
Yeah, nice.
Follow the boys on Instagram. Archie's Big Dick 420. Zach's like catching up 420.
Yeah. Zac Lynch Music on Instagram. Zac Lynch and the Wildabouts on Facebook, which is like the blues and sort of cover stuff that I do a lot. Matt McKenzie drums in that.
Facebook's the blue square with the F in it.
Yeah. Check out Brody Lynch, my brother, because he's been dropping some really cool stuff. Check
out MySpace/relevant. You see all of our stuff.
All of our stuff from high school.
www.pornhub.com. There's some good artists on there.
Bringing it back.
Has anyone named a band Good Band?
I knew a band called Good Dogs once very, very long ago.
Best friends from back
they were technically bad.
Oh yeah, we have a great relationship still.
Dude, there's pandemic into those
All right, we'll wrap things up now. I would love to thank Archie and Zach for
coming on.
Alright, guys, what's your favourite number?
11.
7.
Alright, and we'll leave it on that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.